Satnam Besties, it's me, Zenja, the Reiki Bestie. I wanted to say hello, happy Mercury Day. I hope that you guys are all doing well. So, today we have a quick tarot reading for the week. We're going to go a little bit over on what is this week highlighting for us, and then also what do we need to pay attention to. I just want to pull up the astrology charts really quick because you guys know that I love to use astrology with everything that I do. I always go back to it. No matter what. So currently, the moon is in Libra. We have the moon in Libra. We have Venus in Leo. Okay. And then we have Mercury's, I think it's already out of its shadow period. And then we are in ¿cómo se llama? In Virgo season. So it's also the start of the eclipse season. So remember, eclipses are always those like shaken up, faded events that's going to throw you off course, but it's always to redirect the energy. Remembering that when we're ready to go through changes, like the universe is always like, hey, like, are you ready for this to shake up? And then it shakes it up. Like, it's like, hey, are you ready? And I'll show you a quick little preview, and then it starts to knock things down in order for you to rebuild it with a more solid foundation and to always throw you into where you need to be at, right? In that period of your lifetime. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me just light up a little lavender. Shout outs to Sunshine Gray Skies on Instagram, aka Sonia. I love lavender. If there's one thing I will always be burning, it's lavender. Okay, so let's close our eyes. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath in. Call on your angels, your ancestors, your spirit guides, those of good character. Let's go ahead and thank them ahead, allowing us to channel these messages clearly. Thank you. So, what do we need to know for this week? What do we need to know? Ooh. What do we need to know? What is blocking us? Well, what do we need to know? What do we need to focus on? What is blocking us? And what is our advice for this week? Well, at the bottom, we have the death card. Okay. I'm also feeling like secrets. Secrets are always going to be coming to light. What is in the dark will come to light. So death, remember that death does not always have to be like, okay, like someone, is being alive, but it could also be like a death of something, like releasing things that are being called to be let go, to be cut off. Also getting this energy of like having patience with yourself. Oh my God. Literally at the bottom of the deck, patience. And being in solitude a little, like kind of being able to kind of come back to yourself and remembering like how are you honoring you? You want to show up for everybody else. You want all these things for everybody else too, but like how are you bringing that back to yourself? Mm. Hmm. All right. So let's just get the overall energies. Yeah, but totally overall energy is just kind of like patience and showing up for you, like showing up as the best that you can for that day. We got patience twice. I cannot make this up. Look, patience, 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 young grasshopper. Um, so changes, being in solitude. Ooh, so when like life throws you curveballs, patience is key. All right, 1 second. Let me turn these cards around. Rest and rejuvenate is also one of our what's being shown to us for the advice for this week. So we have here the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, we have the Four of Swords in the reverse, and then we also have this Queen of Coins coming out. So what we need to focus on is on this Wheel of Fortune being in the reverse. What's blocking us is this Four of Swords, and then also we have the Queen of Coins coming out for our advice. Our overall energy, we have this man holding a heart, appreciation, and door to value, which I feel like this is kind of going hand in hand with Venus being in Leo. You know, Leo is all this like big, bold, we're out here, we want to be seen, but also it illuminates the insecurities that you have within yourself, within other people. Like, what is ¿qué pasa? You know what I mean? And then we also have this firm foundation and hope and rest and rejuvenate. So this week we may be kind of not like necessarily comparing ourselves, but we may find ourselves in this state of like comparison where you were last year to where you are now, where you were a couple of years before and where you are now and where you are heading. You may also have started at the same time as someone else and their journey is like far forward, off into like where you thought you were going to be at this time. But with it being in the reverse, it's like kind of coming back to like, okay, let's come back to the self. How can we pour into us? What do we need to acknowledge? What did this retrograde teach us, especially when it comes to self love, to self appreciation, to finding that hope within yourself and being like, okay, things always shift in order for us to, move forward. The universe is always working with you, the universe is never working against you. Even when you feel like life is like hitting you and it's happening to you, it's not happening to you, baby. It's happening for you. And with this, also with this rest and rejuvenation and rejuvenate card, it's like reminding you to like, hey, like it's time to reground ourselves, to remember where did we find hope? Like we only find hope with us. We find faith within ourselves too. And like with the experiences that are kind of going on around you, that's where you can lose it and that's where you can gain it. But with the rest card, it's also kind of again coming back to the self, coming back into being like, okay, my mind is literally racing 10,000 miles per hour and is not allowing me to sit still and really think things through. It's just kind of like, oh, this just happened to me. I'm going to react this way. And this could also be showing up as other people. This is how other people may be approaching you and you're like, okay, like this is too much, don't linger onto that energy too. Um with the man holding a heart, the appreciation, the door to value, I also do feel I am picking up this like sometimes we gotta appreciate the little things in life. You may also have some men in your life kind of coming up to you, approaching you, letting you know, like, hey, like it doesn't necessarily have to be a man. It can just be this masculine energy that's coming to you and reminding you like, hey, like I truly appreciate what it is that you're doing, or they may be asking for help, or you're appreciating them as well. And with this door to value, it's like kind of again reflecting on what it is that you're wanting to change, to tweak when it comes to you and your journey in this moment. With the death card too, what I'm also picking up, it's like we've gone through so many changes lately and it's going to continue to shift. And now we have the eclipses happening in Virgo and Pisces, which is like the perfectionism, getting things done in order. And then you also have like Pisces, where it's like, hey, like I kind of want to like just go with the flow, very dreamy, very romantic. And it's like, okay, but we have to also be practical about it. Remembering that eclipses are where life is showing you where you're kind of stuck at and then where you need to go. And that's the south node and north node. That's where they're at right now. So it's like this like spiritual creative mode, but also you want to have the logic behind it, the reasoning behind it as well, being a little practical, but also releasing those what is it called? Oh my god, I like kind of releasing these standards that you have already set for yourself. So you're like, I have these beliefs and I stand firm in them, even though they may be getting in the way of you acknowledging this change where you're like, I really want to express myself in this different way. You may also find this time, this week where you are falling back into either a spiritual practice, a religious practice, where you're tapping into that and you're like, okay, I need to restore my faith in something. And if it doesn't start, with you praying in the corner, it could just be like, okay, I'm gonna restore the faith that I have within myself. But again, with patience, and then I'm also feeling the number 4. So like keep an eye out for the numbers 4, reminding yourself to ground, to really, you know, think before you speak, think before you act, and sit back with yourself and be like, okay, I'm ready to move forward. I've thought about it, I sat with it, and I'm ready to move forward with whatever obstacle comes. With this queen of coins coming out, for the advice, it's like it's someone that's standing solid, that's standing on business. So if you are a business owner too, remembering why you started your business, and then also show up. You have sales, show up. You don't have sales, show up. You don't feel good, still show up. Because the more that you are like, okay, I'm holding space for this, no matter if you're attracting people, if you're not attracting people, you're still holding space. So you're telling the universe, like, hey, either way, we're here to receive. And you could receive for yourself, and it could only be you, or it could only be one person, but continue to show up, and everything else will flow beautifully. But overall, this week has been, it's going to be very, very, very different. But it's also introducing us to the eclipse season, baby. So remember, it's about to, our worlds are about to get shaken up, but it's also going to give us that opportunity for us to reflect and be like, all right, this is exactly where I need to release myself, where I have to distance myself. I have to move forward, lean into things. Um, and also with Venus being in Leo, like appreciate yourself, get glammed up, put on some earrings, do your makeup, get beautiful, and be bold and courageous. Don't allow your insecurities to stop you from getting to where you need to be. Don't let it stop you from your full potential. So I hope this reading makes sense. I love you guys, and I will see you soon. Bye.